What a women won in a New York Times op-ed today. Melinda Henneberger, who sits across from me, writes that Democrats are alienating pro-life women with their rhetoric on abortion. She says that many pro-life women opposed the Iraq War and crossed their arms at the word Republican. They're natural Democrats and are desperate for a way home. She goes on, what would it take to win them back? Respect, for starters, and not only on the night of the candidate forum on faith. And as it turns out, you cannot call people extremists and expect them to vote for you. Has Hillary heeded this message or not? And how about Obama? Melinda, well, your question is great. Why did Democrats act so arrogant and self-assured on the issue of abortion rights to the exclusion of people who disagree with them?
You know, the traditional answer from Democratic leaders is anyone who would leave over abortion is lost to us, period. And sad as that might be, there's nothing we can do about it. In fact, these voters themselves said, throw us a crumb. There's everything to be done about it. These women have not found a comfy new home in the Republican Party. They are deep in their heart Democrats who are really, truly desperate for a ride home. They want to see more support given to pro-life Democratic candidates. And a lot of times in races where the other option is a Republican who agrees with the Democrats on nothing.
Well, Pennsylvania is packed, where I come from, with pro-life Democrats who vote for people like Casey and his son Casey. Holly, what do you think of this argument in the paper today by Melinda here?
Well, I think, she's got a valid argument. I mean, the fact is that, unfortunately in politics right now, it seems that the road to the nomination is through appealing to the extremist sides of the party, and it's just a fact. Rudy Giuliani lately has been trying to make the argument that he's the one, if moderates want to win, that to vote for him. But it doesn't seem like it's really getting anywhere, because at the same time you still see all the stories about his stance on abortion and people saying that he cannot win the nomination if he's pro-choice.
So you're saying the Republicans are just as narrow as the Democrats?
Pretty much.
Chris, your thought, quickly? Do you think it's right for Melinda to say that pro-life people should be welcomed to the Democratic Party and not disdained?
I think the most important thing that Melinda noted was all the statements that came out from the Democratic presidential candidates after the Supreme Court ruling upholding the partial birth abortion ban. As always, context in politics really matters. We're in the middle of a very heated Democratic presidential primary, and as Holly rightly points out, this is about appealing to the base. And the reality is whatever the great middle in this country thinks about abortion, the base of the party, from NARAL and Planned Parenthood, they all want to hear the most strident rhetoric possible against anyone who looks like they're trying to infringe on abortion rights. I think that's why we saw all those very fiery statements.
And you've nailed a larger truth, which is the Democratic candidates for president are always taking these base positions like, we don't really think English is all that important in our country. And, and we're on for gay marriage. They keep taking those extreme. We don't like don't ask, don't tell. They keep going further left on everything. Melinda?
Democrats cannot win without those religious swing voters they're insulting. And since these are people who are looking for a way home, I just can't imagine they're not going to send a car for them with a really respectful driver.
Okay, thank you, Mark. We'll be right back with our panel. It's an interesting panel tonight, loaded towards smart women. You're watching Hardball, only on MSNBC.